Hello again. In this session I would like to look at the linking step that joins the first step of the Fandango to the second step and the second step to the third step, and it is a basic step which also is used in other bits of the dance, as you'll see later. So what we're looking at in brief is what I call the basic 1, 2, 3, which goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you are not familiar with that kind of move, I did another video which breaks it down in detail. So we are doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, changing from foot to foot. If I turn at this angle, you'll see that my heels are coming unstuck from the ground, so more of the weight is in the balls of my feet, especially the front foot. The heel's right off the ground, but the weight is over the back foot and it stays there. So I don't go from side to side. I stay in one place and my feet move underneath me, and my weight stays back rather than forward. It doesn't go forward and back, and it doesn't stay forward. It sits like that. So once you've got the hang of that, you can also think about, if you want to be neater about it, you don't have to, but you can try and get the free leg in front to be in a line with the other foot. Now we need to be able to do that step turning. If I turn slowly, I just have to negotiate the positioning of my feet very slightly to go around gradually. But what we really need for the Fandango is to get all the way around in 2 of those steps, like this. Turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3. And you end up sitting with your weight on the back leg, with the other leg free slightly in front of you, like that. If I turn to my left, I start with my left foot, and it's an open movement like that. And what's important is the next thing, so I step onto that foot, is to bring the other leg around with me in front. So it's 1, 2, 3. If you don't do that, what will happen is you'll go 1, 2, 3, and you'll end up with a free leg behind you. And if you then try and continue turning, you end up in a very interesting situation with your legs twisted up like spaghetti, which is great, but not for the Fandango. So remember to bring the free leg with you. The very first move, opening, bring the leg with you and stay there. The next thing is that that free leg becomes the standing leg, and it actually crosses over the front of you, which is easier. Cross, turn, finish. If I went that way, it would be open, bring it round, turn, cross, turn, finish. So, a good way to practice this is to do the first step of the Fandango a few times, followed by that linking turn, and then carry straight on and do the first step of the Fandango again on the other side and do the linking turn. So you practice the transition. This is the choreography in the long run doesn't work quite like this, but it's a very useful way of getting into it. This is the demonstration. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Turn towards the free leg. 1, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Turn towards the free leg. Turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3. Something I haven't mentioned, although I hope you have actually figured this out for yourself. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. The behind is a step. You need to put your weight on it so that your free leg is the front leg. I'll just do that again. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. When I put my foot behind, I step onto it so that this foot is free. If I do that at a slight angle, step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. This is the free leg. Turn towards it. Turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3. And just one other piece of advice. When I'm saying left and right, don't worry too much to try and work out, okay, she's on her left, I'd better be on my left. just mirror what I'm doing in the video, because I do it on both sides. So now I'm going to do exactly that to music. 3 Fandango steps followed by a linking turn over and over again. And I'm going to do it with some mazurka music by Steve Turner, because mazurkas are slower and they are slightly syncopated, so you get a little bit of the feel, but it's slow enough to get to grips with a step when you're not confident with it. So we're going to take it steady. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Are you ready? Keep going. The next thing we're going to do is to practice that sequence to waltz music. So that's a little bit faster than the mazurka. Here we go. Are you ready? From the beginning. So now we need to practice that little sequence, the first step and the turning step, to Fandango music. And just before we launch ourselves into that, I want to just point out that it becomes, the faster you dance, the more important it is to keep your feet underneath you. And so, for example, when I've demonstrated step, hop, cross slowly, you might easily have got the impression that it goes step, hop, cross, and that foot, the cross step comes really forward and across. But when you dance it, you actually, the hop shunts slightly back out of the way and the cross replaces the foot underneath you. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind. Step, hop, cross, out and behind, turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3. And after you've achieved your turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3, don't sit on your laurels there. The next thing you need to do is very strongly step onto your front free leg to start the step hop cross again. So if I do that from the turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3, turn, 2, 3, step hop cross. You have to know that that's coming up and have the intention of stepping onto that. Okay, shall we give it a whirl? Well, that's enough for this session. I'm going to finish with a clip in slow motion of that sequence, and I hope you will be able to see in slow motion how the feet position themselves to stay underneath me. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.